like random. He's like, has some random oppais. Yeah, it's like she's stretching and here's some. Oh yeah, hello, boss. You know, we're gonna like show her boob. Hey, boss. Yeah, I'm just like show her my butt. I'm just like, who answered the phone? Waifus. Waifus. So, hello, Myrmonden here, of course. Time for nothing else than 1 billion waifus and my sister. Come on, that was kind of obviously. Some people take it too serious, I feel, in the comment section last week. Obviously, I'm joking to some extent, but I do feel that he was kind of like, I have 1 billion waifus to go on date, but I'm rather gonna spend a day with my sister and she kisses him and so on. And I was like, well, you know, it's anime, so you gotta have the sister in the harem. He gotta smash his sister, of course, right? And his mom, whatever, and his best friend. You know, you gotta through the typical harem cast anyway. But I think it's interesting, because I said last week, one reason, right, and it's also kind of you see in, you know, porn too, right, but in hentai and so on, one reason why, you know, the sister and the stepmom, whatever, right, as also, you know, PG porn too, so on, yeah, and so on, it is, of course, because even though it's unrealistic, potentially, it is like, you know, the author is like, how can I create a scenario where you have one guy and, you know, like 6-7 wives, right? You know what I mean? So he's like, well, but maybe if his sister was part of it, you know? Like, it's kind of like, you know, how to kind of, how to say it? And maybe her best friend too, you know? Yeah, just kind of get in all the waifus in, like, some kind of storyline and all living together, right? So that's why it's a common trope, right? And also, of course, you know, the mom or whatever, right? But that's why I find it funny that again, it's promotion, because, like, well, in this anime, though, he has like 1 million wives, you know. You don't have to go the whole, like, who is he living with? Well, his sister and mother. You don't have to go on that route, because he can smash everyone, right? But anyway, one thing I loved this episode was that it was funny. Was, of course, the cabal, right, of evil ladies. We're like, whoa, we're gonna get his yeah. It's like these like old ladies like, oh yes, we gotta conquer it. It was hilarious. Like, what is this? It's like kind of like evil, you know, like old hacks are like, yes, we need a use. It's like, and then they're sending this like guy around. Oh, she gets to seduce anyone. And I say it again if you're watching it. Doesn't make any sense. Why are they confident in this gyro, right? You know what I mean? Because obviously she has like never been a man. There is no man, right? But anyway, let's watch it again. So 3, 2, 1, and go. But I mean, why would this gyro be like an experienced? She's supposed to be like an experienced lady, you know? Oh, she's done every guy. But it's like, isn't she like 20 something? Isn't she too young to have lived with the people, with men? Because she's from I feel she's from the time where, you know, she's too young, I would say, to have lived with men, right? But anyway, here's some kind of like... Is it the main character? It's like a bullying at school? What's happening? Yeah. This is obviously before everyone died, because it's like boys bullying this guy in the bathroom. Yeah. There's some either girl or... I guess this is one of the other guys who survived. Yeah, this guy, this kid with the glasses, he's probably... It's a guy though, but he's probably one of the survivors, right? He's the older guy. I think you see him in the ending. He's like the third survivor or whatever. No, he burned him, of course. Classic, yeah, he burned in the cigarettes. You know, classic, yeah, classic bullying in school, right? So he's like, of course, the very bullied kid here. Yeah, some poor bully guy. But now he's living the life. He's living the dream. This nerd, he got all the girls, yeah. Could this be his girlfriend? Did he love something? Yeah, the pink-haired girl that looks like salt. They look like sugar and salt. Yeah, she could... And of course, no one helps him because he's like bullied and they're like, I don't want to get involved. But he's the survivor, right? Oh my god, it's his fault! He's the guy that showed him the idol girls. My god, that nerd guy tricked him. Oh my god, he's betrayed by his friend. He's dead now though, so... Oh, he also got bullied? Maybe he blamed him then. I probably blamed him, right? He was like, et2, my nerd friend. He was like, blame his friend, right? Yeah, exactly. That's how he got... Yeah, he blamed him, right, of course. I see. Well, this is very unexpected, honestly. Like, it's like backstory about this guy getting bullied for his friend betraying him and so on. Yeah, it feels very, I feel, unexpected. Like, it's like... We're gonna have this storyline of this guy having... Yeah, being betrayed by his best friend and so on. Yeah, I mean, does it... I mean, okay. Sure. I'm here for all the waifus, but this guy is getting revenge, I guess, by being one of the few survivors. He's like smashing everyone's sister and mom, yeah. He's getting revenge by, you know, smacking their mothers around. Or something. But okay, it's a sensei with ridiculous big knockers. Very good. I mean, obviously, most of the characters have very big oppais. And she got like some massive yags here. What a long flashback this was. Yeah, it's like several minutes. But yeah, Sensei's voice I recognize, so she's probably his wife now in the future. No, yeah, she's actually, Who is she? Oh my gosh, she's doing the oppai hug on him. And she got big oppais. Maybe he smashed his sensei before everyone died. That would be kind of interesting if he actually was like a freaking, it was like a real player before everyone died. If he gets laid with his sensei now, yeah, look at this thing. Whoa, this guy was like a freaking. If he smashed her now before, that's freaking respect, man. He was doing it with the milfs in before he was the only man alive then. But her voice is very familiar. I can't really pinpoint it, but she's probably gonna be alive of course in the future. She's probably one of his, you know, wives, right? Like a main waifus. Like actually wife, you know. Because they have like a billion wife each, right? But obviously have their favorites, right? She's probably one of his like favorite wives in the future, right? Because she is obviously one of his childhood fantasies. But he has some kind of sickness, maybe too, right? And that's also probably why he's immune, right? But the same with the main character, right? There is something like they are like the first to get it or something, and that's why they don't die. There's some backstory, right? Like why he's immune, you know, to this shit, right? So in the future, so that's probably why. Like he's getting this. He has like a heart issue now, right? That probably makes him stronger than in the future, or whatever, right? But he's gonna smash that sensei, that's for sure. He's gonna smash that sensei, that's for sure. I mean, big oppai sensei, yeah, more of her. But I am surprised though that we're completely like ignoring the main character. Yeah, now it's about him, right? Yeah, like, you're completely ignoring the. I mean, he might of course come back later, right? But and that woman definitely is gonna be. He's gonna smash her too, definitely. The pinky yandere girl, yeah. He will certainly smash her too. She's obviously been shown 3 times now. And everyone of course ignores him. He's gonna explain that he's dying. And they all of course ignore him. He's the bullied kid. If it makes sense, it's gonna do it with him before now. Honestly, she's like, I'm so sorry. What can I do for you, poor boy? Yeah, Villax Sensei, she's very hentai. She feels very, I mean, hentai storyline. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry, my sweet boy. What can Sensei do for you? You know, yeah, she feels very like, if it was a hentai, she probably would have done it already, yeah. But, I am honestly surprised at having such a long flashback with this guy. He's not even the main character. He has more storytelling about this person. Oh, is he doing it with Gyro? Yeah, of course. He's smashing that Gyro. Yeah. This guy gets it on right. And it's just a slutty Gyro, you know. Yeah, of course he gets it. Yeah, he walks in and him doing his girlfriend here. Man, he's gonna get his ass kicked now, man. Yeah, you perv! Yeah, and the guy kicks him and so on. He's probably enslaved that guy in the future, right? I was hoping this guy is like tied up that guy in the future. Hopefully it's like tied her up in the basement or something. I was like having this like revenge, you know, justified revenge fantasies now. Hopefully tie that woman up in the basement. Yeah, I was like, come on. But again though, this guy has more backstory now than the main character. Like a lot more. And actually a lot better storytelling too. Yeah, you know, interesting storytelling. So is he the new main? Is that the better new main character? Sadder, but also more interesting. I mean, I'm honestly surprised that I keep saying it, but yeah, like god damn it, this guy got a huge long backstory that episode. Like what? I don't know. Oh, he also got a sister. Oh, he's the new main character, baby. Oni-chan! Oh my god, he got a cute sister. Imoto-chan wants you. Oh, main character. He's the main character now. There we go. He got his own sister. That's a main character quality. Look at this guy. He's definitely the main character. Oh my god, he got his own sister to smash. She's young now, but it's in the past, guys. It's gonna be in the future, right? And then he can smash her. Look at that. The only one that likes him is his sister. Now that's a main character in anime. Yeah, and he's gonna have a similar, of course, process, you know, like the main character, right? Or is he the main character? Whatever, you know what I mean. The older guy. Yeah. He has a lot of course, bruises and burn marks, right? Because those guys keep bullying him, yeah. Yeah, but at least this guy went from hell to heaven, you know? He went from a hellish life to the best life ever. He really went from absolute bottom tier to top tier. And he calls a guy, of course. Maybe it's the same guy. I wonder if it's... She's probably gonna be in his life, right? Yeah, that blonde woman that... You know... Oh, this is the older girl, yeah. Welcome! Yeah! Very Genki, this is where we saw last episode. Yeah! You're alive, cutie! And you have a pee-pee! Let's do it! Yeah, it's like, come on! I need some pee-pees! Give me your man who's now! Yeah, it's like, welcome! Now you're gonna give me... Then immediately it's like, you see some oppais, yeah. And then it's like a random punch scene from out of nowhere. It just comes in there at your screen, at your face. But I guess he's gonna be at school now and be the king of the school. He went from the present life to becoming the emperor of waifus. Yeah, because I mean he's the only guy, right? He was so bullied, but now he's like, everything is mine. I hope this guy turned into like a douchebag. He's like, every woman is mine, you know. I kind of hope he goes into like this like evil route, and it's just like, you're all my slaves. Come on. I hope he goes into that form. He's like, yeah, I own every lady in this country. Come on, that would be awesome. He's like, what happened to the world? I'm the only man alive? And she's like, yeah! Like, why? She's so Genki over it. Goddamn weird Genki guy, yeah. Like, every man is dead? Yeah, man! It's like, oh, okay. You kind of too shippery, I feel, for this. Yeah, that's kind of... Yeah. I think she's like way too happy telling him that every woman is dead, but everyone is dead or frozen in stasis. I think she's way too happy. It's like, is your father dead? Yeah! You know, it's like, okay. Maybe don't tell me that. But yeah. He's obviously gonna smash his Gairu. Or she's a guy, she's a blonde. She's more like a blonde Genki girl. But anyway, the older girl was the Gairu that was doing it in the bushes. She's a big woman, she's more blonde, right? But yeah, they're obviously gonna do it right. I mean, yeah, he's gonna like live with her and, you know, gonna do it. And she's like, wanna see my skirt? Yeah. This angle, this anime, you're like, wanna see my skirt? And like, she has like no backbone. Her ass is like, she has no backbone, this woman, you know, she's just like, she's just pure ass. Yeah, oh my god. Here, he's like, what? Okay, so he, of course, is like, everyone's gonna bully me, I'm the loser, but they're like, wow, penis! Yeah, he's like, everyone's gonna bully me, right? I never had any friends, but they're all gonna be like, oh, it's a boy! It's like, he's so negative, and they're obviously gonna worship him. Yeah, he's gonna be the guy smashing guys in bushes, come on. But I like it, he comes in there so sad and negative. No, I never had any girlfriend, no one ever talked to me, but come on. He's like the only male in this country now, basically, right? He's gonna be like, so surrounded by pantsu now. He's gonna be like, yeah, they're all gonna come after him like crazy. I mean, like, what else are they gonna do? Yeah, no, every woman staring at it, like, whoa, this guy got a pee-pee. Yeah, they're all like, whoa. See this guy? It's not a woman, it's a guy. Yeah. My god, why is he so sad for? Should be happier. This guy's dead though. That guy bullied you, but he's like dead now. You don't care about him. Move on with your life. See your bra here, yeah. Then the older guy, oh yeah, you like that? I love that. Yeah, and the older woman is like, yeah, wanna see my bra too? Yeah, everyone is like, oh yeah, that's right. You want some? Oh, this premise is so perfect. Yeah, they're like, yeah. everyone is like super horny for him, of course. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, you want some pulse with that? Oh my god. She's back, of course. The MILF, the giant oppais. Oh, here we go, it's Dream Woman! She's like, my son, kinda my favorite boy. You know, yeah. She's like, back to Mama Sensei. Oh my god, he's gonna clearly smash her. Massive Oppai Sensei. And she hasn't aged at all either. She's like, you know, it's been X number of years. She's like perfect. She looks exactly the same, yeah. She hasn't even changed a second, right? But she's a Japanese MILF TILF though. She of course hasn't moved at all in time, you know. She could be 40, she could be 20, she could be 50. We won't see a difference until she's like 65, right? And then she turned into an old hag, right? But the poor moment, you know, a Japanese woman are, they're like 20 to 60, same appearance, right? Yeah, she's like perfect, gigantic Oppai Sensei. It's gonna stay in that form right until she becomes 65, 70. But he's obviously gonna do Sensei. I mean, you don't even gonna do it before, right? Like Sensei was basically offering body to him almost before. She was like, "Oh, you poor boy, you got cancer. Before you die, wanna have my body?" That was basically Sensei, right? Before he went into that, more or less. And the pink lady, though, yeah, they look like Happy Sugar Life. Very good anime, very weird anime. That woman will certainly appear too, right? Nice, it's very nice. She's like, let's dance. It's so stupid, the premise. It's so stupid, the premise. This woman is like, what do you like? You like that woman's ass? That's pretty hot, right? Look at that woman's boobies. They're pretty big, right? Yeah. Wanna squeeze them? Oh, I can make it happen for you. This is a weird premise. No, but I mean, yes, he's the only. Oh, look at that muscular lady. You like them with abs? You want the muscular tomboy? Oh yeah, that's right. She's a badass tomboy. You want that? Oh, you want that screaming one? She's kind of genki. You want that one? Yeah. But no, but I just love that. Yeah, you want that one? Feisty. Feisty one. Want a feisty? It's just a stupid premise. She's like, here's your girlfriends now. That one likes it in the doggy stance. Yeah, she's like, here's your harem, boy. You just pick the order. Which one do you want first? He's so stupid. He's obviously gonna pick Sensei though. He will obviously pick Sensei. I mean, he's obviously mostly in love with his Sensei. And also Sensei got ridiculous oppais. Yeah, those guys are dead, man. Maybe not the guy, but the other ones are dead. He's like, oh, those guys that bullied me. Yeah, aren't they dead? Or frozen, or whatever. I mean, is it the ultimate revenge? Yeah, revenge storyline here. Oh my god. Oh, so he lives now? Sister? Of course, maybe? Oh, Sensei, yeah, of course, okay. Nice, yeah, so... I mean, obviously he's gonna pick Sensei to be his wife. I mean, clearly it's a favorite wife. I said it earlier, right? He, of course, gonna pick Sensei to be his, like, favorite wife, right? He has, like, a million wives, but clearly Sensei is his favorite, because she was the only woman... her and the sister too, yeah. Sensei and the sister was the only one nice to him he was before everyone died, right? Yeah, so of course she's gonna pick Sensei. And she wants to, you know, do it right, because he's the only man alive. So, what option does she have? I mean, she liked him before, and she's the only man alive, so I mean... yeah, obviously Sensei's gonna be like, well, yeah, let's do it, because, you know, like, you're the only man alive, and yeah, here we go. Sensei is like, yeah! You want some big oppais? Here we go. Nice. Sensei takes charge here. Well, I mean, she's probably like 40 or something. It's kind of unclear how old she's, right? But yeah, she's something like that, right? So, you know, nice. Here we go. Sensei is gonna... but I like it, you know. She's all like jumping on him here. No, but it makes sense, right? You know, he's the only man alive, right? She hasn't had a man in, what, 10 years or whatever, number of years. You know, everyone's dead, right? She's like, I want that young, you know. She probably wants to be a mom too, right? I mean, given her age, the typical Japanese culture, she wants to be pregnant, right, around 25, 30, right, typical Japanese culture. So this woman, she probably planned to be pregnant, right, during that time frame, right, when everyone died, you know, that typical, like, Japanese culture. So she's probably, you know, typical, like, I need to get babies. I want to have children now, you know, yeah, time to get kids, right. So she, of course, definitely wants it young, right. And also, again, she actually liked him before, right, so... Okay, so the blonde woman big oppa also wants some. Yeah, of course she wants. Can I see it? Yeah, I guess she's like, please. I never experienced it. Yeah, it's like I only have girlfriends. Yeah, like come on, man, please give me a boyfriend. No, but he's showing. No, but she wants to see his idol girl that he liked. Yeah. Oh, nice. She's like, yeah, oppa attacks. Yeah. But you know, it would be cool if he goes and sleeps with the idol girl. That would be cool. Yeah, but think about it, because almost that idol girl is like 25, 30 now, right? Whatever. And she probably, of course, has a boyfriend, right? Because, you know. So it would be cool if he goes and has, yeah, if he gets the whole idol group. That would be cool. And why wouldn't he? Because, yeah, like they have like, what, 4 or 5 men pick from? So I would like that if he, yeah. It would be kind of cool if he actually... She's getting on letter red. You're mine! Yeah, you doing me first, yeah. That poor big oppa got net red, yeah. He got this girl with I don't know, and he's like, I wanna do it too. And that was good. But I mean, obviously, if it's the only man alive, of course the ladies are gonna hate each other. We're gonna fight over his PP, right? Oh, this one is nice though, the tomboy. Oh yeah. I would pick her, come on. I like the tomboys, you know, muscular Merlona. I used Red Bear Clover, right, you know, Ghislaine. Yeah, I would pick this woman, definitely. You know, muscular oppais, come on. The pics. Oh yeah, and she's a libero, of course. The feisty one. The feisty libero, yeah. Look at her ass. I like your boss. Yeah. But he's probably gonna do them both together, right? He was just crazy short. Holy shit, she's like half her height. But yeah. She's the libero, you know, I guess people see high IQ, right? She's obviously nice ass, but yeah, she's obviously the short, you know, because she's the receiver, right? She's the one that, you know, takes the ball, so yeah. So her height doesn't matter if you're libero, you know, that's well, it does matter to some extent though. I always say this thing, yes, being a libero and being short is not a big deal, because you don't net anyway. But when I played volleyball, so I played volleyball for many years, 3 years, roughly. Nice. He's got it, man. It has to be some stupid ass angle. It's so stupid. It has to be some silly, you know, oppa angle. Yeah. She's like, please, to the camera's like looking at her. This is weird. Like, yeah, the camera's like, let's go in here, and her ass line in like that angle. Of course, but certainly it's gonna do it with the volleyball girls. Of course they are. Obviously, also pretty common hentai storyline, right? Volleyball chicks, yeah. But volleyball is a very popular sport, you know, around the world, so, you know. But, of course, when it comes to volleyball hentai storylines, it usually is the obasans, right? It's the milfs. It's a volleyball and milfs is very common in hen storylines. That's kind of why Haiku starts with him playing obasan volleyball, you know, mama volleyball with the old ladies and Hinita. Because that's like a very common trope, right? Yeah, old lady volleyball. For some reason. I don't know why, I just know it's a very common trope. This, yeah, MILF volleyball. But yeah, Sensei has become his wife basically now. Right? She's basically like kisses him here and... Yeah, she's become his like, you know, regular wife, right? But, again, ignoring his sister, she was the only one that cared about him before, so... Yeah, it makes sense he loves Sensei, right? I mean, she's the only woman that ever cared about him, except of course his sister. But the sister probably still can't get into the harem, right? But you know. But I think she really wants to be pregnant, right? Yeah. As I said, she's at an age in typically Japanese culture where you're supposed to have children, right? And that's a very typical thing in Japanese culture. Around this age, you should be pregnant, you know. It's very like, you gotta get married, gotta get pregnant, right? You see in a lot of animes. So, of course, now she's like, you know, you better help me out. Ah, now we see the blood chicks oppais. It's like random. He's like, has some random oppais. Yeah, it's like she's stretching and here's some boob scene. This is so typical ecchi. It's completely pointless. It's just like she having a conversation with like one of these like cabal women, right? And it's like, oh yeah, hello boss, you know, we're gonna like show her body. Yeah, it's like completely pointless. Who would do it in a meeting? I was saying that because they're all ladies. Obviously, it might be less, you know, concern showing your oppai to your female boss, right? But if it's a little weird, she's like, hey boss, I'm just like stretching my, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, why is she doing that? But of course, we saw that episode. She was like, "Oh, that's the new boy. Yeah, I'm gonna seduce him now." Yeah. Yeah. Vi saw the last episode, right? Of course. That's her thing. So now I listen to, of course, last episode. You listen to how last episode ended, of course, because obviously the cabal woman we saw last episode, and she's sending, you know, the blonde, the kind of Genki girl, little gyro-ish gyro Genki girl, you know, at the main character, right? But yeah. But yeah. I was thinking about no, but I think it's so stupid. This is just so etchy anime, right? Because she's getting like a phone call, you know, from the, you know, as we saw earlier, of course, last episode we saw from their angle, we saw from the cabal angle. So you're getting a phone call from like the, you know, the government, basically you're getting a phone call from the president, right? And she's like, "Hey girl, I have a man for to seduce," and she's just like, "Hey boss, I'm just like stretching," you know? It's like, who answers the phone call like that? That's why I think it's just so. This anime is funny, and I think a lot of horror animes are funny now. Because it's just so stupid. Because, again, certainly, in this world, with only 6 females, it might be, you know, more open to, like, going around naked, right? You know what I mean? Like, it might be more like, who cares? You know, we don't have any men, right? Who cares about if you're walking around, you know, in, like, this outfit at school or whatever? Because, like, we're only girls. That being said, though, I would argue it's actually the opposite. I would argue that actually, what would happen in reality is probably the reversal, right? Because, of course, everyone in this reality are gonna be lesbians, right? You know what I mean? Maybe not necessarily because like, they're, oh, I wanna be a lesbian, but obviously, because there are no men, right? A lot of these females, basically all of them, are gonna start dating other girls, right? You know, because it's better than doing that than do nothing, right? So obviously a lot of them would, you know, be jury, right? Like forced jury, I guess. But they would, of course, because they have no men to date, right? So they would date each other, right? If they want to have, if you want to have company, you have to get a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like even if you're a woman, you can only otherwise have a girlfriend, and then you can use some equipment, whatever. Right? But that's kind of how society would go, right? If every man died on Earth today, certainly a lot of the girls would have to go that lesbian. That's not me here arguing that, you know, you can change your, you know, what's say it, your sexual orientation or whatever. I'm just saying that you have no choice, right, so to speak, right? In the same way, right, if every woman died, men would also probably do, you know, or and vice versa, right? And of course, and so on. I mean, this is how it is, right? So arguably, though, I would say it actually is kind of weirder because every woman would only be dating other women, right? Everyone is like a lesbian or just doesn't have, because again, you only have female, right? So you're either a lesbian or you're nothing. You know what I mean? You're either single or you have a girlfriend, you know, or a wife, yeah. So, at the same time, though, I would actually argue that this woman is like going around showing her oppas and all that and so on. They actually probably will be less likely in reality because, again, then in that reality, every woman is interested in, you know, her body, you know what I mean? At least in some kind of like pragmatic dating, right? Where in our current time, you can kind of, you know, show your oppas in a bathroom, right? Like in a dressing room with other girls. And, you know, the other girls are like, you know, yeah, whatever, like, there's some boobies, you know. They might care, maybe they don't care, but, you know what I mean? It doesn't really, like, you know, concern them, right? But because everyone is gay in this world, right, so to speak, like, of course, pragmatically gay, but everyone is gay, this probably would be more so, wouldn't it be? Like, you're in the dressing room with your classmates, right? And everyone is a woman in this world, everyone is a woman, you don't have any boys, right? All the girls are, you know, female, sensitive female, everyone's female, right? So, of course, you know, the females are gonna do it, right? Because they have nothing else to do it. So she's like, you know, showing off her oppa, being like, yeah, wanna see my skirt, girls? Oh yeah, you know. But having that kind of style, she probably would be seen as an incredibly big slut, right? Every other girl would be like, whoa, she keeps showing me her pantsu. Don't you wanna do it? You know, I mean, yeah, like she would probably be seen as like an incredibly, you know, like, you know, very sexually active. Promiscuity would probably be seen more so. But I think in the current time, if she in like a dressing room with other girls, it probably be seen less so, right? Because you would assume everyone is gay, but in this you have to assume everyone is, again, pragmatic gay. But anyway, I do love it, the whole thing. That she's like, you know, answering the phone call, right? And be like, hey boss, yeah, I'm just like showing my pantsuit. I'm just like, who answered the phone like that? That's my thing, is really, it's like a stupid. again, right, anime shit, because it's very anime ecchi, because it's really unrealistic. Just because everyone is a woman, you still wouldn't answer your phone call, you know. You wouldn't sit in a Teams meeting, like I had a meeting in Teams a few hours, 2 hours a day. I wouldn't go in there like naked, just because I can, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, but like, like who would do that? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. And the boss is like, yeah, I see everything. Why are you naked on the phone call? Ah, come on, we're both girls. It's like, yeah, but I also have a wife, so yeah. And her boss, right, the president's like, well, I'm married and I have like, you know, I have a wife, so I don't really see that. Probably, you know, she's probably, you know, she's like, yeah, like I don't really like, but I yeah, okay, whatever. This young girl, stop showing me your stuff, but okay. She did look comfortable though. She did look at her and was like, oh, this woman, why is she showing me everything again for? Why can't you never have clothes on her in the Zoom call? Yeah, she was like, ugh, he's one of these girls. I'm just trying to find a scene where Sensei kissed him. I mean, so where is it? Here it is. They have a date. Yeah, they have a little date there. And Sensei goes for it. As I said, you know, I do really like that Sensei went for it. Yeah, like that makes sense, right? Sensei was like, you know, this is the, yeah, Sensei. It's kind of a weird scene because she kisses him, she pushes him down, yeah, and immediately in the bed. It's like they never really zoom in on her kissing him. That's kind of weird. And then they show the Oppai. Yeah, it's like a weird thing. And she pushes him down though, and sits over him. And I can't wait for someone to have this as a thumbnail. I think it's so weird. Honestly, I saw it last week too with like Mario-chan. I think it's so weird. I saw a lot of people having thumbnails on this anime, and I was like, that can't be. Like, how can I do this thumbnail and not get like, you know, removed, right, from YouTube or so? So honestly, it's way too, yeah. And same thing with Marin. I was like, holy shit, some people's thumbnail was like crazy last week. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. If I do a Gyro thumbnail, they always get removed basically, yeah. Gyros are like hated by YouTube, as I mentioned earlier. They're very anti-gyros. Gyros get like automatically removed mostly. So I'm just like, what? But anyway, he went from heaven to hell, baby. But I think it's so interesting, honestly. I'm gonna review it here, right? I think it's so interesting how this main character, he really is having a better, you know, how to say it? Having a more realistic storyline than the actual main character, right? So we have a new main character now. He's like the main character, obviously on one episode, but this was a much better storyline than the real main character has. So he also had the issue, whatever, right? And he had this sense that he was like, you know, very family friendly with, you know, before he got frozen in time, right? So she was the only woman being nice to him. My sister, of course, sister probably become an episode or whatever, right? But yeah, he since there was like the only woman in his life, right, that took care of him. And then now, of course, when he's back, you know, she gets, you know, this, you know, the man use because yeah, she wants to get pregnant, right? Which makes sense. And of course, it makes sense that he's in love with her, right? If anyone, given that she was the only woman. The pink-haired, yandere-looking woman with her Campus Sugar life, she probably will, of course, reappear. Certainly, that pink woman will reappear, and also maybe the Gyro. You know, it would be interesting if the Gyro that spit on him comes back. It would be interesting, right? Yeah, I think you'll be hoping for that like revenge storyline, right? It would be interesting if that Gyro that he saw was doing it in the bushes. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of silly though how he walks in on her doing it in the bushes. Like yeah, it's like okay, of course he walks in on the bad boy doing the gyro in the school bushes. Like, it's very, very, you know, itchy anime. Of course they're doing it. It's like very randomly just after school too. Like it's just so incredibly casual too. Yeah. Like, they just go and do it in, like, the lunch break. They're like, oh, they're smashing it lunch break, you know. Typical hentai characters. Yeah, it feels so silly. And of course, he also walks in on it, you know. Yeah, the main character, of course, accidentally walks in on the guy who doing it in the school, in the schoolyard, like, like it's the most hentai storyline ever, that anime. But anyway, well, of course, I hope that she's gonna return, right? And he's gonna, like, you know, become his slave or whatever, you know, like she has no choice, right? It's like if you want some man, you gotta be his woman, you know. That I think it's gonna happen. I mean, it's the obvious like conclusion of this backstory, right? That he gets the Gyro, and of course his sister is also probably gonna be his wife in the future, because of the anime, she's probably also gonna come in, of course. Maybe you can swap sisters with the other guy. They can be like, they can do like a mother lover, yeah. If I take your sister, you take my sister, oh yeah. Otherwise, I mean, it was cute when the big oppai girl got angry at him, yeah. She got all like, netto-red. She got all, yeah, she pinched him and got all like, and it was cute. She was all like, I was flirting with you. Don't let this like idol chick flirt with you. It was adorable when she was like staring at him. She's better than me. I got way bigger boobs. I got twice her size. It was adorable. Yeah, she got a netto right here, and she's looking all like, and then she got angry and pinched him. Was like, I wanted your pee-pee now. Ignore her. But of course, as I said earlier, I would love, right, I'll say it again, I think it would be really funny if she, of course, not she, but I mean, what's it called, the Idol Girls, yeah. I think it would be great, right, it's the Idol Girls, of course, the Idol Girls that we saw him, you know, idolizing, of course. Yeah, the Idol Girls that we saw in the flashback before there, right, he had the Idol group with his friend that betrayed him, of course, you know, showed him so. It would be really funny if he, of course, gets and smashed those Idol Girls, right? Which probably is going to happen again, right? Who else they gonna date, right, you know? These famous idol girls, they might be something like 20, 25, whatever, right, in the current time frame. And he of course, you know, he's like the only man alive, right? Him and the few other guys, like 4 or 5 guys, so yeah. So they are probably, he can, I mean, obviously with the real main character, it's easy for them to get, not just laid, but I mean, they have power, right? Because they're basically the kings of the world, right, you know? Quite literally, being the only few men alive. He can obviously ask some government chick, I want to, you know, talk to this idol band, you know. They were famous when I was a kid. These are their names, right? And they would obviously be able to contact them because he can just go to the government and be like, hey, I'm like the only man alive in the city. I want to talk to this woman there. Yeah, you know what I mean? So he can probably get their contact, right? And they would probably be happy to smash, right? Because he's the only man alive. So yeah, that would be pretty cool. If I was him, I definitely would... yeah, I would try to get with those idol girls, certainly. I mean, sure, I mean, if you freeze me down now in time, right, let's say for 10 years, right, and you unfreeze me, and everyone is dead, of the men then, right, obviously one thing I would do is, like, try to smash some of the celebrities that I like, you know. Some of them might be too old then 10 years from now, but you know what I mean, like, now I want to say some poor woman's name here, but yeah, you know, like, obviously you would try to be like, oh, this woman that I really liked her music 10 years ago, yeah, it would be cool, you know, like, yeah, like, why wouldn't you? If anything, that's probably one of the main things you would do. I feel many people, they would do like this character. He does it with his sensei, right? Like the only woman that liked him as a kid. So the teacher, his TILF, certainly would be like a target, right? And obviously just ridiculous oppa suit, right? Yeah, she's incredibly sexy too, so of course, yeah. But even if she wasn't, right, you know, if you had your favorite teacher when you were like 16 and she's like 25 or so, right, and then 35, they obviously would probably be one of the targets, right? You know, one woman you would pick up. And then I'm certain that most people honestly would do their, you know, childhood friend, right? Or girl next door and so on. It is true, though. A lot of people would probably do that, right? They would probably actually go out and be like, okay, I can do anyone, but I kind of want to do, you know, this girl that I couldn't get when I was 16 or 18 or whatever, right? That is probably true. But otherwise, we haven't seen that yet, but I do think that the whole idea of, like I said there, going up and searching for your famous celebrity that you like, doesn't that make a lot of sense? Like that he would be like, I love this idol group, these idol chicks, about 4 or 5 girls, whatever were, yeah, these are like my favorite music band of all time, you know. For example, I have some name here, but for example, one female idol group, but a group I like in Japan, like Scandal, okay? That's like a really cool, I think, musical band. You know, they make like bleach openings, for example, right? And they're all girls. Wouldn't I go and, you know, smash them if I could, you know what I mean? For example, poor Scandal. I get thrown out there, thrown on the bus. No, but I mean, you know, for example, this random Japanese OP band I'm thinking about with only female band members. But, you know, like whatever, yeah. Stereo Pony, but they did this band. Maybe it's kind of too for them. One thing is unfortunate, we think about this old Japanese, or this Japanese, but any rock band, whatever. Like, you know, oh, I like this opening song from, you know, this old anime. And then you're like, oh, that's a great band. And then you're like, oh, they disbanded, High and Mighty, whatever. You're like, oh, yeah, they disbanded. It's a very common thing when you look at these like 10-year plus old musical bands, right? Oh, they changed band members. Like, it's always like that, you know. But it's the same thing in West. But so now I'm sure maybe the battle is disbanded. But anyway, I just think that makes a lot of sense, right? If he after he smashes his classmates, that he will go and get those ugly girls, right? But otherwise, let's say it again. This guy, he felt way better than the other main character. Right? His backstory is more intriguing. It wasn't like a very unique backstory, but the backstory is bullying and so on. He gets that kind of revenge plot going on, right? He's probably gonna get the guy to right and so on. He gets the sensei and so on. Yeah, so he gets like a revenge plot, much more interested in the main character, and also he does it immediately. He's like, I'm the only man alive. Better start, milking. Yeah. So that feels so weird to me that this storyline was much better in episode 1 and 2. Yeah, it is an actual better, realistic storyline. It feels more realistic, right, than the actual main character. So yeah, this is a much better main character. Kind of annoying when you think about it. How I think it's a fault this anime has a funny but silly premise, but of course we have the weak, pathetic main character. He probably will get better eventually, but we get the typical like horror main character. Like, oh no, Pantsu, yeah. Basically, we get that main character. Oh no, Whiskey Milf. That kind of is the main character we get, right? This guy could be the main character. It would be probably be better. So it's kind of interesting that we're following the other. Like his episode here felt a lot better, yeah. From like an actual story aspect, he had a lot longer storyline. But whatever, guys. That's the video. Subscribe, press the like button, and I'll see you guys with Vanitas no Karte in about, I think, 20 minutes from now, if I'm not mistaken. Should be out soon with this episode, I believe. The timer here. Maybe it's out now already. Oh my god, it might be out already. Yes, it's already out. Okay. 30 minutes ago. What? Okay. Well, Vanita Karte meal then. Take a short mini break, and I'll see you guys with Vanita Karte coming up soon after this.